All right, just want to start off by saying all glory to Jehovah for everything that He's given me and everything that He's shown to me. I could not do any of this without Him, so all glory to Yah. This is just beautiful. This is Key of David. You're not going to hear this being preached out in the churches. They don't understand what this is. I'm still learning the depths of it. There's so much. I'm going to just piece some of this together. I'm not going to do it justice, but if you go to this AKA Watchman Wake Up, there's a 3-hour video on it. I encourage you to go watch it. So the Key of David, I'm going to start here in Matthew 12. At that time, Yeshua went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were and hungered and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day? Because on the Sabbath day, you're not to do any work. And they were out there plucking the ears of corn so they could eat. So the Pharisees are calling him out. But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was an hungered, and they that were with him? So David and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of David and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for him which was that were with him, but only for the priests. Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath day the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? So why are they blameless? And then why was he able to eat the bread? He said, Did you not go read what he did? Let's go to read what he did. 1 Samuel 21. Let's start here let's just go from 1. Then came David to Nob the Achimelech, the priest, and Achimelech was afraid at the meeting of David, when he said unto him, Why art thou alone, and no man with thee? And David said unto Achimelech the priest, The king hath commanded me a business, and hath said unto me, Let no man know anything of my business, whereabouts I send thee, and what I have commanded thee, and I have appointed my servants to such and such a place. Now therefore, what is the under thine hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread in mine hand, or what there is present. And the priest answered to David, and he said, There is no common bread under my hand, but there is hallowed bread. If the men have kept themselves at least from women. And David answered the priest and said unto him, Of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days. About these 3 days, since I came out, and the vessels of the young men are holy, and the bread is in a manner common. Yea, through it were sanctified this day in the vessel. So the priest gave him the bread. For 3 days you keep yourself from women. You don't have sex with your woman. This is 3 days leading up into the Sabbath. That would be Thursday morning to Sunday morning. You would abstain. There's a blessing in it. You get the Key of David. So why would you want to have the Key of David? Well, there's telling you that you get this blessing on the Sabbath day when you're out doing God's will, because they were going into the synagogues and they're preaching, and they were hungry. They went to get this corn, and they try to call him out on it, but he's like, you don't even know what the Key of David is. I'm holding the Key of David. I'm allowed to do this. Now, I will say, this is 1 Corinthians 6, verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. What he means by that is, just because you have the Key of David, it doesn't mean you go out and break like the 10 Commandments on the Sabbath day. But if you're going to do God's work, or for instance, David's army, they held the key of David because they would get attacked on the Sabbath day. They'd have to go to battle. So him and all his men would have to hold the Key of David. It was a protection thing for them, and they still had their blessing even though they had to do such things on the Sabbath. You can see in Revelations 3, verse 7, And the angel of the church of Philadelphia write, These things saith, He that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the Key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. So we're speaking of the Key of David here in Revelations 3. We got Isaiah 22, and the key. And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder. So he shall open and none shall shut, and he shall shut and none shall open. And I will fasten him as a nail in a sure place. You're supposed to nail your ear to the door, a sure place. It's just Yeshua. And he shall be for a glorious throne to his father's house. There's so much in this. The key of David is a blessing to withstand, like you've heard that in a professional athletes or a fighter or something, they won't be with their woman up before the fight or before the game. Like it's a common apps. This is the key of David. This is what Yeshua held. And there's a blessing in it because you don't know what's going to happen on the Sabbath day. So you want to keep that, to keep yourself sanctified and your vessel holy. Go watch this video. There's so much more. There's so much more that you need to look into about it.